Today, we're going to talk about offers. Now, an offer is probably the most important thing that you could possibly have in your business because a good offer is going to make you an absolute killer ton of money, and a bad offer is going to get you absolutely nothing and put you in the poorhouse. So, I cannot emphasize enough that this is the most important part of your entire marketing process. Nail the offer, and everything is easy. Don't nail the offer, and it's pretty much impossible going forward. So, understanding what an offer is the thing that you give someone in order for them to give you what you want. In addition to knowing what an offer is, it's almost just as important to know what it is not. Now, an offer is not your core product. It's usually not the thing that you sell, and we'll explain that more in a minute. But first, you need to understand what is a commodity. Now, this is probably one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. It's called Trading Places. And in it, the Duke brothers are trying to explain to Eddie Valentine what a commodity is. Now, you'll notice that on the table in front of Eddie Murphy is gold, orange juice, bacon, wheat, and coffee. Now, let me just ask you this. Which farmer in America probably produced the wheat that went into that bread? Who grew the oranges that went into the orange juice? Who raised the pigs that went into the bacon? Nobody knows and nobody cares because it's a commodity. It doesn't matter who made it. The only thing that matters is who is selling it for the lowest price. Now, when you're the one that's buying, this is great. You want to buy on the lowest price, right? But when you're the one selling, it's horrible because it basically is who is willing to make the least amount of money before everybody quits. Being a commodity is horrible. A good example of this is when I sold on Amazon. I was selling this product right here. It was clip-on hoop earrings, and we were doing between $20,000 and $30,000 a month on this product, depending on the month. And this product right here is pretty much the one that made it so that I could quit my job at the law firm and go full-time as an Amazon seller. Now, that was awesome until I got a counterfeiter or a hijacker on my listing. Someone started selling my product instead of me, and I was not selling to them. This was a hijacker. As a matter of fact, it was probably my supplier. And so what happened was, you can see here that I'm selling it for $14.99. The next day, it was selling for $4.99. All the profit was gone, and nobody cared. They didn't care that I was selling it. They just wanted the earrings. And so I was a commodity. I didn't think I was a commodity until all the money vanished overnight. And it was not a good place to be because I had just quit my job and I had a family to feed and everything was great until I got the hijacker. You do not want to be a commodity because it's an all-out race to last place. And if you're a commodity selling a product, I guarantee China is going to win every single time. And in your market, it's just who's willing to make the least amount of money before everybody quits. And so you do not want to play that game. But how do you break out of the commodity market? You need to create an offer. Now, an offer is also not your brand. So, for example, this is a beautiful billboard by a plumbing company, but when you're thinking, oh my gosh, I need a plumber. I mean, you just drove by probably 15 different plumbing billboards, and so why are you going to use this one? Theirs is prettier, and so it's attractive that way. And having the billboard helps the plumber because it's keeping them top of mind for you. And when you go to Google and do a search and you see, oh my gosh, I know that plumber, I know that name, you click on it. It's helpful in that way. But let's just imagine that there was another billboard next to it that said, this guy right here is service all about you. Pretty sign. And another one has an ugly sign and it's like $200 off your first job. I mean, which one are you going to call? Obviously, it's the one with the offer. This is another billboard. It's more clever. It's more entertaining. It's more memorable. However, it is not an offer. If this one was placed next to another HVAC company and that one said, get $200 off your first job, even if it was an ugly billboard, you're probably going to call that one. So it's not being clever. It's not your brand. It's not anything like that. An offer is something that makes you different. And there are basically two types of offers when it comes to creating an offer. The first is your core product or your core offer, and another is called a MIFKI. Now let's break each of these down. A core product it's sort of based on what you're currently selling, but you're packaging it differently. You're talking about results in a time frame. You're giving it a great name, and you have a fabulous guarantee. Here's an example. You know, you're going online and you see two ads online. One says, sign up for gym membership, $30 a month. The other one says, lose 10 pounds in 30 days for $30. If you hit your number, you'll get your money back. If you don't, we'll keep working with you for free until you do, right? Now, this type of gym is probably going to be charging like $150 per month. And so somebody is going to skip over the $30 one and sign up the $150 one because it's a much better offer. $30, results driven. $30 versus lose 10 pounds in 30 days, hit it, get the money back. If you don't, we'll work for free. Anybody in their right mind is going to go for the fabulous offer, right? And so we had a client that was a marriage and family therapist, and we actually went through this exercise and did this for him. So when we went in, his current offer was $125 an hour, and we asked, how many sessions on average do people stay for? And he's like, okay, 8. And so 8 times $125, the average lifetime value of a client is $1,000. Now, some of the problems with that is when he's doing advertising, you got to, like, let's just say, for example, the cost of getting a customer is $300. Just picking a number out of the air. I don't know if that's what it was or is, whatever, right? And so $300. And so you are praying that that person is going to stay for at least 3 sessions simply so that you can make your money back, right? And so you get in this situation where you're like, oh my gosh, how can I get them to stay longer? And so it's really stressful. And anybody that is calling around shopping for a therapist based on a price, you get a bad therapist, they're going to screw you up a lot worse than when you went in. And so it's really the other person sitting across from you in the other chair that matters the most. It's not the hourly rate. And so when someone calls up your front desk and is like, hey, I need therapy, how much do you charge? $125 an hour. Thanks, click, and they call looking for somebody cheaper. That's bad for them. It's bad for you. And so what we did is we created a package, right? And so in this package, we said, okay, your first session is going to be free. Come in, get a free session. If it works, great. If not, we'll create a custom plan for you, right? And so we called it the 6-week Revive and Thrive one-on-one challenge. So one-on-one just means it's you and the therapist. Revive and Thrive is just, that's the name that we came up with. As a matter of fact, ChatGPT came up with that name. And then 6 weeks just sort of gives you some parameters for the thing. And so come in, get your free session. You get in there, and after the therapist has blown the person away with value, that's when they present the $1,200 upfront package. Now, this was an affluent area. $1,200 was not a big deal for these people. And so you'll notice that $1,200 is more than $1,000. And so not only is he making more money up front, he's getting it all up front. So he can pay that $300 to get the customer. He has the money to pay the therapist to fulfill the client's order. And then he has his money for overhead and his profit all up front. That is pretty incredible. Now, one of the things that was difficult with this client is, and this is kind of understandable because changing your business to fit an offer, it's kind of a lot to take in. And so he wasn't totally convinced. And so what we did was ran regular branded ads versus the offer. Now, this is what you'll see happens here. And so on the top line, we ran his ads, which I'll show you in just a minute, the branded offer. And in the bottom, we ran our offer base. So it's $35 a day. And what ended up happening is you'll notice that these ads are identical. The only thing that's different is one has the offer, one has the name of the business. You notice the offer-based ads got 39 leads for $6.28 per lead, grand total of $245. However, you'll notice that the branded one got about 1/3 as many leads for 3 times the price per lead. And so the offer got 3 times as many leads for 1/3 the price. And the branded got 1/3 as many leads for 3 times the price. I mean, so Going forward, what would you do? That's right. We killed the branded offers and we doubled down, or we killed the branded ads and we doubled down on the offer-based ads. The next one is the MIFKE. This was popularized by a guy named Dan Kennedy and popularized by a guy named Russell Brunson, who's arguably one of the best marketers of our generation. It's also called a premium and bonuses, that kind of different things. But the main idea is it's the thing that sits in front of your core offer that leads to the core offer, but it's not really the thing itself. Let me give you an example. So in the 80s, Sports Illustrated, not doing good. They needed to come up with something because things were definitely, they needed to be improved or else heads were going to roll. And so one of the guys was walking through downtown New York City, and he looks in the window of a store and he sees a phone shaped like a frog. And so in his mind, he's thinking, oh, I wonder if I can use this. And so he goes back to the office and they figure out how to make a phone that looks like a football. And so this promotion right here was absolutely insane. It took a struggling business and it made them, in today's money, 2024, about $250 million. Truly insane, right? Absolutely incredible. And what they did is they didn't say, sign up for a magazine and get a phone. What they did is they ran a 2-minute spot around Christmas time to women. And they said, look at this phone. It's so incredible. It has all these videos of this guy's going bananas over the phone. Oh my gosh, look at this. This call is incredible. Telling their friends, have you ever seen something like this? No, I've never seen anything like this. And they're just, loving on their girls because they never seen anything like this. It's cool. It's so unique. And they say, your man is hard to shop for. He already wants Sports Illustrated. Get in the magazine and we'll give you this phone for free. For free? Absolutely for free. And so that was what did so well, is that they had a MIFKE. They had a most incredible free gift ever. It's the thing that people wanted, and in order to get the thing that they want, they had to give you what you want. And here's an example of one that we did with a client. It was a mattress company in Florida. We offered a free $50 memory foam pillow, and all you had to do is come in and pick it up. There's no purchase necessary. I mean, literally, they could walk in and say, give me the pillow, and walk out. However, when they came in, his cost was obviously not $50. It was significantly less than that. But they'd come in, and that would give him an opportunity to be like, why are you looking for a new pillow? Oh, man, my neck's killing me. And he said, really? How old's your mattress? Oh, gosh, 7 years old. Wow, that's pretty old. Why don't you try one of these things? They get on the bed, boom, makes the sale, right? And so it was the thing that got people into the store. That's what they wanted, was the memory foam pillow. What he wanted was the opportunity to do his presentation. And this was the results of that promotion. In a 5-day period, they got 70 leads for $2.43 per lead. That is absolutely crazy. And so I am going to recommend that from now and forevermore, you stop advertising your product. At the bare minimum, create a core offer and advertise that. Preferably, you come up with a MIFKE, and then that becomes the thing that you advertise. And I have a form on my website. Click on the link in the description. You go there, fill it out, and it will actually help you to create an offer so that you can do that. And I guarantee every business can do an offer. It doesn't matter how boring you are. I've done this with dog walkers, credit card companies, financial planners. I mean, literally, anybody can do this. You just have to go through the process. And so a couple of last recommendations is you got to test your offer, because what you think is great doesn't necessarily mean that somebody else thinks it great. We might have launched the free pillow, it might have bombed. And so what's good is to come up with a couple different offers and run them at the same time. Keep the creative the same, keep the ad the same, pictures, everything identical, because you want to make sure that the thing people are responding to is the offer. You don't want to have it be like, oh, well, they liked the purple background instead of the blue background. You got to have one thing isolated, one variable. And so you want to test multiple offers at the same time. And then once you find one that works, double down on it, and just know that eventually everyone will have seen that offer in your area, and you can expand your area, and you probably want to try switching your offers at some point in time. Again, Remember, promote the offer, not your business. Very, very important. And I promise you that if you do this, your advertising experience will be completely different than if you didn't do it that way. Okay? So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want that spreadsheet to help you go through and create the offer, click on the link in the description, go to my website, and do that. I'm really grateful you watched this video. Thanks.